Well, hi there, I'm Noah Bradley, and this is Handmade House TV. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about lap siding, so stay tuned. Well, all right, let's talk just for a few minutes about lap siding. If you noticed on the gable ends of this little log cabin shed that we're building here, that we've gone ahead and we put up lap siding on it. And I had my good buddy and fellow guild member, Nick Marmaleo, come in and give me a hand on doing it. And it didn't take Nick very long, just an hour or two, to put the siding up on both ends of this little log cabin with this lap siding, and it used almost no material whatsoever, and I think it really classed up things. And that's one of the things that I can say about lap siding, is it's classy. It looks really good. You know what lap siding is, and it's typically boards. It's historically board siding, but nowadays they make all kinds of manufactured faux products in order to continue looking like it. It kind of makes you wonder why it is that if we've created materials out of vinyl and out of aluminum, out of concrete, that we're still trying to make them look like wood siding. And that's because we find that wood siding, lap siding, is such a visually attractive appearance to something, and it does a perfect job. Water on board and batten siding tends to get behind the boards and get within it, and also it's not as tight of a surface as what lap siding is. Lap siding, it's almost impossible for water to get behind it. It does an excellent job at protecting it. And historically, as maybe I've mentioned before in previous episodes, I have never seen a log cabin, historic one, that did not have lap siding on it. And yet for some reason, most new log cabins, when people are building them, they really feel an impulse to put board and batten siding up on it. And in my opinion, it just detracts. It doesn't look as nice as what lap siding does. It certainly doesn't save any money in such a small application as what a gable end does. And typically also I'd like to, when it comes to spacing them, how distance apart, there's a little bit of cost savings in the wider your lap siding is versus narrow, but it never fails that the narrower, the less face you show on each piece of lap siding, the more attractive it is. And also keep in mind that the smaller the structure you're building, the smaller you want that distance to be. So I think here on this particular one we went with, I think it's 4.5 inches, which is a good number. 4.5 to 5 is typically what I use in the construction of almost every home I've ever built, and it looks very attractive. Now, one further bit of refinement you could do is a small bead at the bottom of each of the pieces of siding. If you really want to upgrade it, upscale it one more, then that's what you want to go with. But if you're, and it does not matter visually, as you can tell, I think it doesn't, that you can mix different forms of siding on your home. That the shed addition off the back of it, we're doing board and batten siding, and the siding that I'm doing above the log cabin, we're doing lap siding, and I think it looks really good. I think it looks stunning, and I'll never have to worry about ever replacing it. Anyway, that covers this week's episode. It's a short one. Lap siding, great stuff. I highly recommend it. If I ever have to choose between the two, board and batten or lap siding, I will go with lap every time. But still, I can't ignore the charm and rusticity and ease of use in doing board and batten. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week. We'll see you here on Handmade House TV. Bye now.